Hello, Newcastle Fans TV. Second attempt at the final live reaction video. It messed up before, that's why I'm doing this again. So apologise about the graphics. There will be a full professional review of the game. This is just looking at the second half, really going on from the first half and where we left off, carrying on from the second half. So if you haven't seen the first half video, please go back and then come back to this one. But this is just for the second half. So we're 1-0 up, obviously going into half time. So coming into the second half, when we're seeing Derby, well, they're starting a threat down the left-hand side, didn't they? So we're seeing that Olsen had the ball cut in from the left, and it was like a come shot, wasn't it? It just went wide. So I think it was a cross in all fairness. And then the Derby cross again. Derby were coming in. They were strong on the left flank again from Anya, whipped it in. Derby were threatening. Newcastle couldn't really clear that much. And then it came back to Olsen, who switched it, who tried to loop it over Sells, and it just went over. So there's real threat from Derby from the first 15 minutes of the second half. Coming up towards the hour mark, we've seen Diame show what he's capable of doing. He beat Shackle, when he tried to I don't know what he was trying to do, side foot, clip it over the goalkeeper. He was in two minds of some sorts. And then obviously that's when we're starting to see the changes, when we're seeing Wilson come off, Blackman come on. To be fair, Wilson and, in all honesty, Vidra were pretty much ghosts in that game. Just to point out for anybody that is watching, again, this is not the review. This is just the second half. There'll be professional view later on tonight, so keep an eye for that. And then in the 67th minute, Sells again looking a little bit dodgy. It was Bryson who had a shot from distance, and instead of trying to catch it, Sells goes to punch it away. Luckily, it didn't really threaten him, but then Anya had the ball on the left-hand side and then went across it in and hit the top of the bar and went out again. Sells, and I think Sells was beaten personally. If that would dropped 6 inches lower, that would have been a goal. So 72nd minute, we're seeing Gouffran come off. Well, I have to say, Johan Gouffran was outstanding, working really, really hard, coming backwards. He brought on Yedlin, playing Yedlin in these, again, the second game running now. He's played Yedlin as a right midfielder as well. So I'm just getting put off because Rafa's getting interviewed as we speak at the minute. And then we're seeing Gale come off. Perez, come on. I was really surprised seeing Ayoze Perez, 75th minute, There was no Mitro coming on. I was really surprised not to see Mitrovic come on in that second half, So to hold the ball up and bring the midfield into play. And then 77th minute, we see Tom Ince come on for Anya for a Derby change. We thought, this thing could, but 1-0 up, it's a threat, because I was really surprised that Tom Ince didn't start the game. 85th minute, Diame nicks a ball off Shackle. Again, he's beaten Shackle. And then he was 1-on-1. Well, it was 2 versus 1, wasn't it? And then Carson saves. I think he should have played in Yedlin. But luckily, it didn't haunt Newcastle. And then we're seeing Hayden come on, Diame come off. So literally sitting, Newcastle were just sitting for the win. And Pearson brought on Bent for Shackle as well, so he was trying to go for it. But the goal come literally in the dying minutes. Newcastle were just playing out. They were holding the ball up on the left flank, corners, throw-ins, literally far up in Derby's end. And then Shelby spots Perez, who peels off his man. And then when the cross comes in, Perez, a beautiful side foot, plays it into the on-running Yedlin. And then Carson saves it with his leg. Now, I haven't seen the replay back. Well, I've seen a couple of replays, but I haven't seen it in really slow motion. It looks like an own goal. That off Olsen, I don't think it'll go down to Yedlin's, but 2-0, Newcastle go away and win. It wasn't the greatest match, I have to say, from both ends. Newcastle grinded out the win. It was kind of like the Bristol City performance, It wasn't great to watch. Defensively, Newcastle were outstanding. Gouffran was. Paul Dummett had a great game. Even Jack Colback was outstanding alongside Shelby. Very, very defensive display. Lascelles was outstanding and Bemba was. So a lot of mentions there going backwards. Newcastle. Looking at the other hand, Derby going forward. I mean, they've only scored 1 goal all season, and it just goes to show you why. I mean, the creativity is awful. I mean, their strikers are going to be crying out for service, the likes of Blackman, Vidra, Bent, Wilson all season. If Derby don't create, they're going to struggle. I mean, they're literally way down in the league now. I think it is a false position. I do think that'll come up, but it's just a matter of getting the act together. Newcastle second in the league. Absolutely delighted with that. Again, we're second in the league. We're now climbing the league. So marvellous, of course. Get your comments of the game, second half. If you haven't seen, obviously, the first half, go back and watch the previous videos. Apologise about the quality behind me. Google is a little bit temperamental, and the little one is still hiding away in the bedroom. But I'm going to put up some highlights on the channel as well, so keep an eye out for those. And I'm also going to do a little bit more professional review of the whole game as well tonight. So I'm going to literally love yous and leave yous. Drop your comments down there below. I've been Lee on behalf of Newcastle Fans TV. See you later.